So that's where that would come in, and it's where you build the base. I mean, you guys have all seen it recently. You're doing high pulls, things like that. With weight, getting someone to do it with heavy, it's not going to happen if they don't have the proper technique. So we're building a base. Now on the same end, getting someone used to a 10 rep max, they're going to stay in a certain rep range. All of a sudden, after 4 weeks, that doesn't seem like a big deal, but this is going to be a big dramatic change on their body because now that weight's going to jump up, and their body's going to go, whoa, and you know what? That's when they're going to be sore, but this is also what's going to help break the plateau because, again, if someone's just steady doing the same thing all the time, they're not getting results. So it has to change. Now, here's the difference between a group and a private session, because we're going to be doing private sessions coming up a lot more, guys, more custom program, and this is where it would change. I will probably eventually have this come here, and I would even have it go to maxes. However, you guys have all seen this in a group setting. What normally happens when it comes to 4 reps, 3 reps? It's a little scary. In the same end, because we run a group class where anyone can start anytime, do you really feel like someone who comes in on their first week or month is going to get any benefit out of doing 4 reps? So by stopping at 8, and now that's not to say that we couldn't tell our veterans, hey, I want you to aim for 8 at 60%. Their 8 rep is going to be a lot heavier. We can still go it. Now, if they want to do crazier things, that's where a custom program comes in. That's where we're going to have different times. But within a class setting, stay professional and keep it safe. You've got to look at what's going to keep everyone going. Now, but
what about like that thing, like after I hurt my back on those deadlifts, I kept on hearing that when you're lifting heavy and you do like whatever 80% of your max or whatever it is, you're not supposed to lift over 5 reps.
And that's where we're getting into too. So there's percentages on there as well. So that's the other thing is the risk. The other thing you notice in the changing in the program, and you're actually kind of one of my motivations for that is getting away from the CrossFit style. What happens when you do a deadlift and then 6 other intense exercises after? How energized are you are ready for that deadlift?
Not at all.
Versus the last couple of weeks doing the training we've done, your lift has been the focus. We've done other things in there, but the lift is the focus and the recovery is the focus for that lift. And you're going to start noticing a lot of these people are, and I'm just pointing in general, a lot of these people are going to start breaking a lot of their lift records. Now they may not see it because we're not doing 4 reps, but all of a sudden they can do 225 to 10 with good technique. And we have to have a standard on that too. It's like, okay, did a squat. It's not a squat. So what's a squat? And they might have to come back a little bit, but in the long run, we got to go through that. And remember, most of our clients are goals here. But if they're not doing that, how else do you think they track their goals? Or how do they track their progress? Are they getting stronger? So if someone tells you they feel like I'm stuck in a rut, I'm not making any changes, well, let's look at the program. Because the program's changing, so you should be changing. If your weights aren't going up here, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why your weight would stay the same from here to here. So you're automatically building in that progression for them. And that's where it goes. Now again, as a custom program, things would be a little bit different in the sense that you can have more fun because there's more supervision. But if you're coaching a class of 15 people, you can't be having them all do 1 rep maxes because the technique's not there, and more than likely you can't range how many people there is. It's a risk versus benefit thing. I personally don't feel like it's worth the risk anymore, and I've seen too many people all say, like this. There's probably no one in here that has as much deadlift experience as you besides a couple of the trainers. But if you can hurt your back being rushed into a workout, doing a weight at a heavier rep scheme than you should have been doing, then who's to say that some of our other clients aren't going to do it? So at 8 reps, by the time they get to 7 or 8, they're going to know if they're going to get 8 or not. But it's when you're doing 4 or 5, or it's, hey, I don't care what you do, you have to get 5 of those. That's when you get hurt. And that's where I feel I really want to start separating myself from the CrossFit gyms, is they're very much running workouts how we were doing that one day you got hurt. It's, hey, here's a heavy weight, do it, you have to do it 20 times no matter what, and do it as fast as you can, beat your friend. Where was the technique in there? Where was the recovery period? So that's where I really want to start separating yourself a little bit. So a couple things here real quick, we're almost done. So you're going to start seeing that in the strength aspect of things, okay? And that's where we're going to be in phases. So if someone asks you, feel like we're doing 4 sets of 10. One thing, if you guys read the article that's posted online, you'll also see about undulation. It's 2 to 3, 3 to 4. What that means is there's going to be some days that are heavier days, other days that are lighter days. You have to have recovery. So just like you can't train 100% max, there might be days like today where we're only doing 3 sets of 10. There's going to be other days where we do 4 sets of 10. Still staying within the phase, but you can't have all the volume be the same across the board. You have to do that so the muscles can recover, the energy system, get full fans there. Brooke, what are the planes of movement that the body works in?
Frontal, sagittal, transverse.
You're good? Okay.
I was like, is there a 4th? I didn't know there was a 4th.
So, frontal, okay? Right here. Sagittal, right right here, transverse, rotation. Let's look at 90%, and again, I'm not bashing CrossFit, but I want you guys to look at, even for us, 90% of the movements done in a CrossFit workout are that. Let's look at what we were doing 2 months ago. What plane were they in?
Sagittal?
Deadlifts, push press, shoulder press, pull-ups. It's all right here, everything. Where do people, when they work, where are they at?
Same thing.
Where do people have the most limitation when you guys see them training?
Transverse.
So, if you guys have noticed, we've been spending a lot more time on that in the last couple weeks. Simple little things like adding medicine ball rotations. Frontal would be like lateral lunges, things like that. If we don't train those planes and the body moves there, we're doing people a disservice. It used to be in the old days when I started training, people would be playing soccer on the side, volleyball, tennis on the weekends. You can ask most clients now, this is all they do. This is the only physical activity they get. So it's our job to make them healthy and be fit and get them to move in those planes so their body moves better. And yeah, you know what? They might not have to move as much weight as they wanted, but that's when you start getting injuries. It's overuse, overdone. If people's shoulders are like this, I'm not going to have them do 1,000 presses overhead. We've got to keep it smart and we've got to be professional about it. We get really caught up in seeing things that we like as trainers that are fun for us, and that's not necessarily what's right for the client, but it's things you enjoy. Scratching a mosquito bite feels good, it's not good for you. So we got to kind of find that balance in there. So a couple things you're going to start noticing in the workouts, and I really add in. I'm just going to shift not write this up there, but these are things that have to be in the workout. Every single workout to make it a functional workout. Mobility and movement prep. You guys have seen this. We've been working a lot of mobility, joint mobility, shoulder mobility, ankle mobility, things to get the joint mobile. And movement prep is getting you ready for the things we're doing. You guys have noticed we're doing a lot more skipping. We typically do that in the days we're going to sprint. Because if you look at a skip, it's very much similar to a sprinting movement. On the same end, it's also similar to a clean or a triple extension there at the hip. Okay, the next one, corrective exercise. Doing rotational, those rib grab things for the shoulders. If someone's here all day, this needs to get corrected. This is not right. We're not physical therapists, but we can help open up that T-spine. So doing that rotation that we've been doing can help correct it. Now here's the thing, as a group class, it's a shotgun, bird shot. We've got to put the 3 or 4 most prevalent things we see into a class because we can't make it specific, it's too hard. I can't write a program and say, if someone's got hips, if someone's got this, no. Hey, here's the warm-up, we're doing these 5 today. And that's the end where we're going to have custom programs. And there's people in here who honestly need a custom program. I won't use some names, but there's people you know who are always hurt, always having issues, either shoulder presses or their back. They should be doing a custom corrective exercise strategy, but it's tough to do in a class. It's just, you can't, and sometimes I'll pull on the side, but you can't always do that. So corrective exercises. And that can also be, if someone's really weak here, doing rows, pull their shoulders back. Power and elasticity. Power. Box jumps. Elasticity. Think about something that's a rubber band. It's elastic. So doing not only training where you're exploding, but also doing training where you're exploding where you're doing. Something as simple as a sprint is an elasticity and a power drill. Doing a box jump, power drill. Box jump down, down, up, and down. Now we're training elasticity. These are things the body needs. It's meant to work that way. Wall balls are an elastic drill. It comes down, comes back up. But you guys need to know why we're doing those. Core stability. Planks on the ball. Using those as an active recovery. We need to work on core stability. Overhead squat. You're having to stabilize that weight. It's core stability. But people don't have this anymore because they sit on chairs all day long. They have no core stability. So we need to build that and develop that. Resistance training. I think we covered that pretty well. Metabolic training. Get the metabolism higher. It's not all about burning calories. I read a cool study I'll post for you guys later. It's about getting them to get their metabolism higher. They might only burn 500 calories in a workout, but if they can burn 1,000 throughout the day, that's the goal. So it's not just what's going on in here, it's doing it right and getting them to feel it. And it doesn't have to be running 10 miles. And last one is regeneration strategies. And what this is not just what are we doing to train, but what are we doing to recover? Are we rolling? Are we icing? Are we drinking water? Because let's be honest, if they're not doing those things and they're training really hard, they're not going to see the results they want, and they're not going to feel healthy because they're beat up all the time. So all that stuff's got to kind of come in. So now that you guys have seen that, and I'll give you guys a copy of this if you want, you can start seeing when you're looking at the programs what's going on there. It's not just the periodization of how this is going in phases, but also, okay, maybe Justin snuck in a corrective exercise after he did the strength training. Or maybe he snuck this in after this. And you'll start seeing that where instead of having someone just stand there, we're utilizing the time better. So, any questions on that before we get going with class? Questions? All right, guys. Well, awesome. I know we got a lot of stuff in there today, but thank you very much. Good training.
Cool.